everyone. In this video, we are going to learn in detail about the process of transpiration, and we'll also understand how the internal structure of leaf is actually adapted for the process of transpiration. Okay. As we have studied in lower grades, we already know that transpiration is the process of loss of excess of water from leaves in the form of water vapor through minute pores called stomata present on the lower surface of the leaf. Okay. Now this picture here actually shows the transverse section of leaf from any plant. Okay. Now here, as we have already studied in unit 6 plant nutrition, this uppermost layer of the leaf is known as upper epidermis. Okay. And here the lowermost layer of leaf is known as lower epidermis. Okay. And in center, in between this upper epidermis and lower epidermis, we have here these mesophyll cells. In these mesophyll cells, this upper layer of tightly packed long and elongated cells, this layer is known as palisade mesophyll cells. Okay. And here this layer which is round shaped cells are present, and these cells are loosely packed with air spaces between them. Okay. So these cells are known as spongy mesophyll cells. And on the lower surface of the leaf, that is in lower epidermis, we have minute pores, and these pores are known as stomata. And this structure here is actually vascular bundle. This vascular bundle is actually present in the midrib. Okay, midrib or different veins of the leaf. Okay, in this vascular bundle we have two types of vascular tissues, phloem and xylem. Okay, so here these thick walled cells, okay, all these thick walled cells are actually the xylem vessels. Okay, and these xylem vessels helps in conduction of water and minerals throughout the plant. Now once this xylem vessel is actually filled with water, this water moves out from the xylem vessel and reaches to these air spaces. Okay, and from these air spaces, some of the water enters inside the palisade mesophyll cell and spongy mesophyll cell, as we know that water is very essential for the process of photosynthesis. And what happens to excess of water is this excess of water actually forms a thin film. Okay, it forms a thin film around these spongy mesophyll cells. Okay, it forms a thin film or thin layer around this spongy mesophyll cells. Now, because of any factor like, maybe the opening of stomata or light intensity, or because of increase in temperature, this excess of water which is present like a thin film around this spongy mesophyll cells, they evaporate and changes into water vapors. Okay, and these water vapors now get accumulated here in these air spaces. And finally, these water vapors which are present in the air spaces will actually move outside the leaf through this minute opening called stomata. And water vapors will diffuse outside only when the stomata is open. Okay. Remember, water vapors here, they move outside the leaf by the process of diffusion. Now this is one important question in terms of exam point of view. Okay. I mean, in exam, sometimes they ask question for 1 mark, by what process these water vapors, they move outside the leaf. So water vapors in the process of transpiration moves outside the leaf through stomata by the process of diffusion. Okay. And diffusion takes place because obviously inside these air spaces, more amount of water vapors are present. Okay. So the concentration of these molecules of water vapor is higher inside these air spaces, and it's very low or less outside the leaf. And in diffusion, any molecule moves from higher concentration to the lower concentration. Okay. And another very important point which you should understand here is that this spongy mesophyll cells, they provide large surface area. Okay, for the process of transpiration. This is because as they provide large surface area, so large amount of water can form a thin film around these spongy mesophyll cells. Okay, and this thin film can easily change into water vapor. So this remember this spongy mesophyll cell here, actually they provide large surface area for the process of transpiration. This is because as more surface area is present, more amount of water can be present here around spongy mesophyll cell in the form of thin film, and then this water gets converted into water vapors, and this water vapor gets accumulated here in the air spaces. So second structural adaptation is air space, where this water vapor gets accumulated, and finally this water vapor will diffuse outside the leaf through stomata. Okay, so this is how the internal structure of leaf is actually adapted for the process of transpiration. In next video, we will talk about upward movement of water from roots to different parts of the plant, and we'll also discuss about transpiration pull and transpiration stream. Take care till then. Bye-bye.